Hello, Grüß Gott. My name is Vijay and I'm working here at Dhara Solutions as a funding expert. Today, in our online funding classes, I will talk about a funding program which is coming from one of the national funding agencies in Austria and is aiming to support startups and SMEs during this corona crisis time. This funding is coming from Austrian funding agency called FFG, Förderung, Forschung, Gesellschaft. And the name of the funding scheme is called FFG Kleinprojekt. This means FFG small project in English. The aim of this funding is to support SMEs and startups to intensify their research and development activities during this corona time. This funding supports feasibility studies as well as the development of first working prototype of your product. The total amount of funding what you can receive via this special funding program FFG Kleinprojekt is 90,000 euro with a 60% funding rate. That means altogether your total project cost up to 150,000 euro can be covered by this funding program. What has been made very special in this FFG Kleinprojekt funding is that the process from when you apply until you have a decision from the funding agency has been made very short, so that you receive a decision from the funding agency rather fast and you can continue in carrying out your research and development activities. Submission of the application for this funding program can be made anytime. You will simply need to create a login at FFG eCall. After creating a login, you need to select FFG Kleinprojekt from the scroll down menu and put in the information for your project. Although the procedure for this funding application process has been made relatively shorter, a high degree of innovation, technical difficulties in the project as well as the economic potential has to be highlighted in the funding application. So you will need to highlight your USPs, the USPs of your project for which you are either conducting a feasibility study or developing the first working prototype. Business model need also to be presented in a very good way. If you are aiming to cooperate with a research and development organization in Austria like a research center or a university, this kind of collaborations they are preferred in this FFG Kleinprojekt funding. In addition to the business plan, you will need to fill in your project information in the FFG Kleinprojekt Antrags document and your financial planning. What can be covered in this funding is that the personal cost, the salary of your staff or of yourself, plus any other cost which happens for the research and development, for the feasibility test or developing your prototype. What this funding does not cover is marketing and sales related activities. If you have any difficulty or you need some support for applying for this funding, you can simply write us at the email given below and we will be more than happy to support you for the application process. Thank you very much.